This is the brand new London Northwestern Railway Class 730, a 5-car EMU built by Euston. These trains were designed to replace the aging fleet of Class 319s and some other 350s that used to run with the fleet. And in today's video, we'll be deciding if they're any better than their predecessors as we check out everything from the seats, to the chargers, to the onboard information screens. So join me as we speed along the West Coast Main Line and check out the train that is a major upgrade to London Northwestern Railway. Hello there, today you find me on the side of Euston Road, as I've just left Euston Square Station and I'm now making the short on-foot connection towards Euston Station. While Euston is served by the London Underground Northern and Victoria lines, none of the subsurface lines have direct connections to the station as indicated here on the tube map. The best way to get between the two stations is either by walking or taking a short bus journey. And here we are now arriving into Euston. This station opened in 1837 under the London and Birmingham Railway and serves as the start of the West Coast Main Line, a major railway line linking major cities in the UK such as London, Birmingham, Manchester and Liverpool. But now let's see what facilities this station has to offer. In the open concourse you'll find a variety of bus connections as well as a massive digital departure board displaying all train services and what platform they'll be found at. Our train is the 1454 service to Tring, which hasn't arrived yet, and therefore we will have to wait for our platform announcement. You can also see just some of the stores where you can purchase food at this station. Now then, let's head inside. And this is why I hate the station the most. The inside is essentially just one massive concourse surrounded by digital departure boards. There's nothing else to point out really. A few minutes later and our platform has been announced. Luckily I managed to get ahead of the rush, so hopefully I can get a good seat. Since I'm travelling within the Oyster Zone, I can simply tap my Oyster card to get through the fare gates. Now then, what train are we travelling on today? Our train today is none other than the London Northwestern Railway Class 730 Aventra, built by Bombardier. These trains were constructed back in 2021 to replace the aging fleet of Class 319s and 350-2s that were still operating on the West Coast Main Line. I've actually reviewed both of these trains before. You can watch those videos in the top right hand corner. London Northwestern Railway actually has two versions of these trains. This is the 5-car one built for regional and semi-fast services, while the 3-car one was built for local stopper services. I plan to review that one in the future, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that video. That's enough yapping, let's get on board now. Since the front of the train was extremely empty, I decided to take up a bay of 4. Our train departed on time at 14:34. The journey to Harrow and Wealdstone will take about 13 minutes as we cover a distance of 11 miles as we travel at a top speed of 110 miles per hour. This journey will set me back £3.60, which isn't bad when travelling from zone 1 to 5, however it could be a lot better. Now then, let's look at today's route. Our route today is quite simple. As we start at London Euston, we'll slowly speed up as we head northbound on the West Coast Main Line before arriving into Harrow and Wealdstone. The first bit of the journey also sees us bypassing the HS2 works for Euston. Recently, Network Rail has started the tunnelling between here and Old Oak Common. With the addition of HS2, Euston Station itself will be upgraded, which I'm happily looking forward to. Now then, let's check out the seats. The moquette here is very similar to what you find on a 350, which I think is very nice and clean looking. As for the seat itself, it's actually really nice. I can see why these trains are put on services all the way to Liverpool, however the headrest is quite hard, and the same can be said for the armrests, which have no padding. This is very disappointing and an issue I've been seeing on other new trains, such as the C2C Class 720. The bays of 4 also include a large nice sturdy table for you to work on or snack on. Underneath the seats you'll find a plug socket and 2 USB chargers, which is really good to see on modern trains. London Northwestern Railway also offers complimentary Wi-Fi on all its services, so let's sign up to it and see if it's any good. And that's pretty terrible. The Wi-Fi was very slow and I could only use it to scroll Instagram. Speaking of Instagram, I recently made an Instagram account. Go follow it. A link will be in the description down below. Since we can't do much with the Wi-Fi, let's go for a stroll around the train. Seating is in a 2+2 configuration, which is perfect for a regional/semi-fast train. I also love how green the train is. It really puts out the London North-Western Railway branding. By the doors you'll find accessibility-friendly seating and areas dedicated for wheelchairs and pushchairs. You can also find a map of the London North-Western Railway network and the bins. Let's go check out the bathroom now. The bathroom was very wet for some reason, but still quite clean. Unfortunately, I could only get the water to work, as for some reason the soap and dryers were not working or were just broken. One feature I really like about these trains is the more advanced information screens. They display the next stops, destination, carriage numbers, and how good train services are all over London. It's much more informative and helpful compared to the 350s and the 319s. We find ourselves passing by Wealdstone Junction, which I'd say is about the halfway point to Harrow and Wealdstone. As we do this, we travel at a speed of 72 miles per hour, which is quite fast. One feature I heavily dislike about these trains and other modern trains is the lack of seat planning. As you can see here, the windows and the seats are mismatched, which is really annoying, especially when you're on a crowded train as you don't want to be staring at the wall the entire time. We will shortly be arriving into Harrow and Wealdstone, so I will use this time to talk about today's journey. All I have to say is, wow, what an upgrade to the West Coast Main Line these trains are. Whether it be the ultra comfy seating or the more advanced information screens, these trains are going to keep commuters happy on the West Coast Main Line for several years. These trains are so much better than the 350s and the 319s, and I urge you guys to try riding them when you get the chance. The only issues I had were the hard armrests and headrests, as well as the mismatched seating. However, these are minor inconveniences that I doubt most commuters would care about. One last thing to mention is that these trains do feature a declassified first class, which I was not aware about, so maybe I'll return to review them. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out when I release that video. If you like what you saw today, then be sure to subscribe for more content like this. Also, be sure to join my Discord and follow my Instagram. You can find links in the description down below. Anyways, with that being said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!